blessing. But we fly, even though they poison the sky.
God, it just feels like it happened to someone else because I'm just like dumbfounded. Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Timmy and I film about faith, lifestyle, and a bunch of other stuff that I'm inspired or led to speak about. Yes, my fingernails are coming off. I had my nails done a few weeks ago. It's actually been a long time, but yeah, whatever. Now they're coming off. But that's besides the point. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. And if you're a new subscriber, please make sure to subscribe down below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and a comment. Okay, so today we're going to be doing a get ready with me. I actually want to put on some makeup to film another video, but I thought I would, record it as well. But I also want to do something kind of different. I want to do a bit of a story time while I'm doing my makeup. And this story time is actually still fresh off the rocks because it literally just happened to me yesterday. So let's get right into this video. Okay, so for some background, I started driving 2019. That was that last year? Yeah, I think it was last year. I started driving. Was it last year or 2018? Whatever, I digress. This is the story time of how I locked my keys in the trunk of the car. By the way, guys, all I did is wash my face and put some moisturizer on, and now I'm going to be using the e.l.f. poreless face primer. That's the one I use because I don't know if you guys can see, but I do have a lot of scars from acne that I used to have years back. So I still have a lot of acne scars, and I have some hyperpigmentation, and I have really oily skin as well. So most of the time when I wear makeup, I always want it to be matte as much as possible. So what I do is that I wear a matte base, and then I spray over with a illuminating or something more moisturizing, a mist. Yeah, so let's start with this face primer. Okay, so back to the story. I went to Walmart yesterday to get some stuff for my family. Yeah, I had some errands to run and whatever. So I had all my keys, including my spare keys to my car, on the same keychain. And it's because I've always thought about taking the spare one, and my friends have actually told me this several times. So what happened yesterday actually was low-key, in some way, I guess it was good because it would prevent me from having the same problem another time, but still it was so scary. So I had all of my keys on the same keychain, and I went to the store. Everything was fine. Yeah, I went in, I got everything I wanted to get. I kept having this niggling feeling that something was the whole time I was on the way to the store, I just kept feeling I don't know, something is off. Something just felt so off to me. It just felt like a really off trip. I went to the store, yeah, and I get everything I'm supposed to buy. I didn't have any issues, getting any of the things I wanted to get. I got everything, and then I went to the car. Mind you, I went to self checkout, which is where you basically can check out your stuff by yourself. So at self checkout, I saw this white man. He was there, and he was standing there, and he was checking out his stuff too. And then he looked at me. I smiled because I'm trying to be polite. By the way, guys, he's not a young man or whatever. He was an older man, and he smiled at me, and I smiled back, courtesy, whatever. And then I walked out of the Walmart, and I walked out towards my car. So I went to my car, and by the time I got to my car, I opened up the trunk. So usually what I do whenever I go to Walmart, because usually I hardly ever go out alone. And if you follow me on Snapchat, which by the way I can insert down below, if you follow me on Snapchat, you know that yesterday I posted on my Snapchat, I was like, okay, I'm going out alone. I hardly ever get to go out alone, so I was really happy that I was going out by myself alone. And mind you guys, it was late at night. Usually what I would do is I would go to the front, open up the front door, and then there's the little latch where you can open up the trunk from that, because I don't have a key remote, right? I have just a regular key that I just pop in the car to open it up. So I went to the place. I would usually go to the front and then lift it up from there, so that way there will be a door open, yeah, for the car for me to be able to get in. So that's what I usually do. But this time, I don't know, I was feeling funky. So instead of doing what I would usually do, what I did this time was that I just used my key to, because my key can open the trunk, like on its, my key can actually open the trunk by itself. So I opened up the trunk. The trunk, if trunk is what we call boots in Nigeria. So I opened up the trunk here and I put all the stuff in from Walmart. I put all the stuff in the trunk. And I was like, okay, let me go return the cart, because I don't like just leaving the cart where it is. I always like to return it, make sure I return it to where it's supposed to be. So I went to return the cart and I just did this to the trunk. It was at that moment that I knew that I messed up. Was at that moment, because I literally heard my keys jangle. Like I heard them, like I was just like, no, tell me I did not just do what I think I just did. At that moment, it dawned on me that I had just locked my keys in my trunk and all of my doors were locked. Like, and that's the funny thing, like usually sometimes I'll forget to like lock a door, so like that kind of thing is not really a big deal if you can still open one of the doors or whatever. This time all my doors were locked, like all of them were properly locked, and I went around. I was just like, oh my gosh. I was just like, God, I don't know what I'm going to do. It's 9 p.m. I'm in the parking lot of a Walmart. I don't know anybody. I don't have anybody to call, because remember that I said that there was a man that I made eye contact with while we were checking out at self-checkouts. So thankfully I saw him walking towards me, like walking towards where my car was parked, and without even thinking twice, I walked up to him and I was just like, I need help, I don't know what to do, I need help. And he was like, well, I don't know what to do either. I'm like, really? I walked up to you because I don't know what to do. How you tell me you don't know what to do? He walked with me towards the car and everything, and he tried to, go around, tried to open up the doors. He was like, yeah, your doors are locked. Then he was like, okay, there's something we can do. Maybe the police can help you. He was like, maybe the police will be able to help you, unlock the car and get your stuff out and get your keys out so that you can go. And he was like, okay, but the police were here just a minute ago, but I can't see them anymore, type stuff. When we didn't see them after like a few minutes, he was just like, okay, the next best option would be to call like these non-emergency numbers. For an emergency, you would want to call 911, yeah, but for a non-emergency, you would want to call, I think it's 311. He was like, okay, let's call the number, let's call the 311 number. I was like, no problem. Like at that point, I literally had run out of things to do, and I had no idea how I was going to be able to get in my car and go. I tried to call 311 from my phone, but then for some reason it didn't go through. And he was like, don't you have service? I was like, I have service. I don't know what AT&T is doing. Shout out to AT&T. If you guys know what happened yesterday, you should tell me what happened, because that's how I'll be on the highway and people will not be able to allow me calls. Well, the whole time he was telling me like he has to go home, that his wife is expecting him at home, that he has to go home, his wife is gonna kill him. I was just like, sir, you if you think I'm going to let you leave me alone in this parking lot, you have another thing coming. Me and you, we're gonna be here until I sort out what is happening to me. We are gonna be here together, okay? Two white ladies walk up to me and the man standing together, and they're like, what's going on? Like, has she locked her keys in the car, stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, I locked my keys in the car by mistake. And she was like, calm down. And you guys, literally up until that point, I really wasn't like feeling like crying. I was just confused, to be honest, and I was just panicking because I just felt like maybe they would have to tow my car home, and like would have to pay a lot of money to get it unlocked, or would have, guys, at some point I literally considered breaking the glass of this car. Like I was going to put my hand through the window.
The ghetto.
The lady is like, okay, like there's a number at the back of the driver's license that people always say that you can call, especially when you're on the highway and you need help, right? So she was like, let's just call that number, like let's see what happens, because at this point still there's no police in sight and nobody else that like we figured out that can help me. So they were like, okay, let's call the number. So we called the number. This is where it gets crazy. We called the number, and then the number picked up, and they were like, "Oh, highway services, da 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 da. What's your emergency? What do you need?" I was like, "I'm in the Walmart Supercenter parking lot." And the lady that was there, one of the ladies that were there, she was like insisting. She kept insisting, you know, that I tell them that I'm alone, I'm alone, I'm alone in the parking lot. Like I'm alone, I'm a woman, I'm alone. And that just tells you how crazy it is, like how unsafe it can be for women. It's just so crazy. I told them I'm alone. They were like, unfortunately, they don't handle parking lot services, but that I should call the local police department. All right, so I'm going to quickly do my eyebrows off camera, and then I'm going to come back. Finish the story. One of the ladies was like, why don't we call a locksmith? Because the police department transferred us to the sheriff's department, who transferred us to the fire department, who said they were not going to come unless somebody in the car was in trouble or if there was medicine in the car. Crazy, right? One of the ladies started calling the locksmith for me, and when they called the locksmith, they told her the make of my car and everything, and they were like, okay, how much is it going to cost to unlock the car? At this point, I was already like, bruh, I did not plan to spend all that money, so like I don't even know how I'm going to start figuring out like where I want to get all that money from. And then she told me, and I was like, you guys want to know what happened? The man that was standing there gave me the money, all of the money that it was going to cost to come unlock my car. And I just stood there. I was just like, oh my gosh. And he was like, don't worry, I'm going to pay it. Then he paid for it and everything. If you're a young woman and you're going out at night, make sure you always have somebody that knows where you are. Make sure that you always have some sort of spare key, or even just have the Uber app downloaded on your phone, because lucky, that would have been my last resort to get out of that place if I needed to. Just in case you guys are wondering, I actually never wear lipstick. Like never ever ever ever. Like I don't wear lipstick. This is actually my natural lip color. I just use some lip liner, the same one I use for my eyebrows. Actually, I use some lip liner around my lips, and I just leave my natural lip color like on the bottom lip, and that's what I do for my lips like all the time. Cause I think it's cause like I haven't really found any lipstick that I like. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys like the final look. Just to recap, guys, if you're going out in the night, make sure that you're safe. Make sure that you have somebody that you can call, something that knows your location. And if the people that helped me ever stumble on this video, I just want to say thank you to you guys for helping me. I was really scared, but I thank God for using you guys to help me when I was in a difficult situation. That's all for this video, guys. Thank you for getting ready with me today, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new to this channel, and I will see you guys next time on my channel. Bye.